Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. So I got this YouTube comment asking how to become a highly paid DevOps engineer. So, list out the 5 things to become a highly paid DevOps engineer. And that got me thinking, right? Because I've never thought it that way. Because I'm a big believer that, for the first 3 to 5 years, you should, focus only on learning. And then past that, you should, definitely expand and then see, which jobs can pay you, handsomely. But I wanted to make a video because, if you are that person who has a little bit of DevOps knowledge and want to, switch to a new organization where, you get paid more than the current pay that you have. So, this video is for you. And in this video, I'm not going to talk about, learn Git, Linux, networking, troubleshooting, Python, etc. Right? That's given. If you haven't checked my cloud/DevOps Engineer roadmap, then do check it out. I'll put a link here. But in this video, I want to talk about some of the traits, right, in the long run, which will make you a highly paid DevOps engineer. So it's not for someone who is just getting started, right? And I'm not saying that you can't get paid handsomely while starting out. I'm just saying that if you have few years of experience and you are looking to upgrade your maybe salary, this video is going to help you. So let's get started. The first one on the list is keep picking up niches, right? So what I mean by that is, so when I started my career in 2016, Kubernetes was the new hot tech in the market, right? And I learned it, I dedicated my 6 months to it, built a lot of personal projects, etc. And that skill is, paying dividends to me at this point of time as well, right? So that's what I mean by picking up, niches. So for example, Kubernetes was one in 2016, and today's day, we know, how AI is changing everything. So if you are someone who is interested in AI, then definitely you will be, a sought out personnel who people or organizations are ready to pay handsomely, right? But in terms of DevOps, if I have to talk about, then these things like platform engineering, Argo CD, Crossplane, these are picking up pace and in demand right now. So you pick your niche and then work towards it, and you will be sought out because you have those niche skills which very few people have in the market, and that automatically raises your salary because there are very few people with those particular expertise, right? So that's the number one. Now second one is in continuation of that particular first point, and the second one is you live and breathe whatever you do. So for example, I took an example of Kubernetes, right? When I was learning in 2016. So in the 6 months that I learned Kubernetes, then in the next 6 months, I was publishing blogs, articles of Kubernetes tutorial series, right? And it was a 6-part series where I talked about installation of Kubernetes. Yeah, in those days we didn't had, these managed Kubernetes platform that we have today. So installation, what are CSI drivers, ingress, etc., right? So I talked about all of that, deployment objects, services, config maps, etc. And that was very well received by people in the DevOps community as well. And I believe that my current job at Google was because of that particular tutorial series, the visibility that tutorial series gave me, right? So what I mean by you live and breathe it is, be it your Twitter, your LinkedIn, whatever your media handles are, you are very active on those and continuously posting whatever cool things that you are doing, whatever errors or issues that you are facing, whatever new projects that you are starting, or some hack that you have found out, right? So that's what I mean by you live and breathe it, right? And if you do that, right, people are going to notice. Take any highly sought out person in DevOps or any other field, right? They are very vocal about their work, right? Like they showcase everything that they do. If they need any help, they ask for help, etc., right? And that in a way shows that you are very interested in what you do, right? In this case, DevOps, right? But this thing applies to software engineering, networking, security, etc., right? So that's the second point, which is you live and breathe whatever you do. Now the third one is I've published a lot of previous videos as well where I talked about networking, and this aspect I just want to highlight because it is helping me so much, and I've seen people how it is helping them. You have to have a good networking, right, to become a highly paid DevOps engineer, because there are a lot of opportunities, but you might not know about it. There might be some opportunities which you might not know, but you might not have good references, or something, right? There are a lot of other factors, right? I'm not saying about anything about skill. I'm just saying that there are a lot of other factors as well. But networking is one thing which can help you in accelerating your DevOps journey, right? You talk to people, you connect with them, see what they are working on, you help them, and maybe you are working on something cool and you get people along in the community, right, to help you, and another project that you might be doing, right? But one thing is, networking is not just about you connecting with other people. It's also about if you know two people who have the same interest, then you connect those two people as well, right? And that's how you do networking, right? It's not just about you connecting with people or people connecting with you. It's like multi-fold thing, right? You help other people to connect with other people who might have already done that, right? So it's all about that, right? So for example, in KubeCon, right, I know one of my mentors who helped earlier in my career, right? He was there. One of my friends from Google was there. So my friend from Google was trying to make a Udemy video on Crossplane, right? Making a video or a tutorial on Udemy, it's a significant task, right? So he was lost, and he was trying to find out how I can accelerate it, what should I do, etc., right? So that's where I thought, like, okay, my mentor has already released a lot of Udemy videos. Go ahead and like, I think the recent one that he or his organization released is KCNA. So go ahead, search for Think Next Technologies, and you'll find a lot of videos, right? They make, so they already had that experience, right, which my friend didn't. So I connected them both. They talked, and one of the things that my mentor said, like, no matter if you are an expert or something, like, even a basic Udemy video might take 4 to 6 months, right? And that relieved my friend, because he was thinking, like, it is taking so much time from his part that it's not good, etc., right? But that gave him some idea or guidance on how to approach this Udemy video tutorial thing, right? So that's what I mean by networking, right? Where I connected two people, they talked, they now are connected on LinkedIn, etc., right? So that's the third point. Now, moving on to the fourth point, which is, I have repeated multiple times, which is communication and collaboration, right? We all know that a DevOps engineer, it's all about breaking the silos between dev and operations, right? So you can't just be good in technical and then, expect that, okay, you will be highly paid, right? So you have to, bridge that gap between dev and ops, right? So you should be good at, facilitating meetings, maybe resolving conflicts, and, getting all the stakeholders at the same page, right? Because, you all share the same goal in the organization. So you have to communicate that, we all are on the same page and we are working towards the same goal. So this is how we should do it, right? So that's the big thing of DevOps. It's not just about your technical skills, where how to write Helm charts of Kubernetes, how to write Terraform, etc., automation scripts, but at the end of the day, you don't know, like, how to communicate with non-technical people and bring everyone on the same page, right? So that will not help, right? So this again is a very crucial aspect if you want to become a highly paid DevOps engineer. So definitely work on your communication and collaboration skills as well. Now, the final and the fifth point is understanding business and its goal, right? And it's all about business, right? The revenue that comes in, right? So whatever you work on, whatever you do, it all should convert into revenue or profit in some way, right? As a DevOps engineer, you should know that whatever script that you will write, what will it do, which business segment or unit that will help, right? So a good DevOps engineer understands technology and makes use of technology to serve the business, right? So they know how to use technology for customer satisfaction, for increasing revenue, etc., right? So it's very important to do that. So for example, right, if you are in a fintech company, right, So you should know some aspect of finance, etc., and whatever infrastructure as code that you are writing, or any Kubernetes or any application that you are deploying on GKE or Kubernetes, right? You should know that what impact it is having on the business, and if it goes down, what other worse impacts it will have on business, right? So that's what I mean by understanding business and its goal. Because this is a very crucial thing, and many people who are starting out, they don't need to do that, right? But if you are seeking to become a highly paid DevOps engineer, you have to know business at some particular point, right? Again, it goes back to the previous point as well, right? You can't just be technical and expect to be highly paid, right? There are exceptions, I'm not saying that, but in majority of cases, DevOps is about serving that business. So whatever automation that you do, etc., goes back to saving some cost, increasing revenue, etc., right? So if you have to think about that, we call that a T-shaped professional. What I mean by that is, T means for depth, so you go in depth of one particular skill set or area, in this case DevOps engineering, right? And then the T stands for the breadth of topics, like you would know security, business, you would know networking, etc., a little bit of application development, etc., right? So that is how you will understand the business better, its goals better, etc., right? And which will help you in making you a very good DevOps engineer. So these are the 5 points that I had in this video, and I hope this would have helped you, or given you some idea of how to get paid more. But as I mentioned, that as a person who is just starting out, focus solely on learning, because if you just focus on money right from the starting, it will not serve you in the long run, right? Focus on learning for the first 3 to 5 years, then money will automatically follow, right? But do these 5 steps, 5 things that I have mentioned. To summarize, they are, pick a niche, then you live and breathe it, publish it everywhere on LinkedIn, Twitter, etc. Do a lot of networking, help other people, connect with them, connect to people, etc., right? And then fourth is be a good communicator and collaborator, right? So it's all about that in DevOps world. And the final and the fifth one is understand business and its goals. I hope you like this video and it is helpful for you. And if you find this helpful, then do share it with your other DevOps friends. And if you like this video, then you will also like this video, where I talk about why DevOps engineers should speak at conferences, right? So see you on the other side. Thanks for watching. Until then, you get to live, make the most out of it.